Pretty girls read books, period. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Julia. If you are new here, welcome. If you are oldie but a goodie, you're still here kicking it with me, welcome back. I love to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing my BookTube Newbie Tag. I couldn't pronounce it at first. I'm doing my BookTube Newbie Tag. Today I just looked online and looked at the questions. I know this is very old, but since I'm still relatively new to BookTube, new to YouTube in general, I decided that I wanted to do it today. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. Be sure that you like, comment, and subscribe if you like me. I'm looking, researching, doing some more stuff to grow our family here, okay? So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my iPad, of course. So let's get started. Why did you start this channel? So I started my BookTube / Christian girly channel because I always wanted to be on YouTube. I wanted to be on YouTube for a very, very long time. I did start YouTube a few years ago. I used to have a channel for my locks. I did have locks in for about 4 months. Wasn't feeling it. And I was like, so I just scrapped all those videos, and I took out my locks, and I've been doing other things ever since. I do love having my hair back to what it was. My hair out, my weaves, my braids. I'm glad I went back. Not saying that I would never go back to locks, maybe when I'm older, but I feel like I'm too young to be doing locks. Let's say that. No shade to anybody with locks, because I think locks are beautiful. I just feel like my hair wasn't, I have very fine hair, so I feel like my hair wasn't like what I wanted it to be in locks. Let's say that. Okay, so I started my BookTube channel because I enjoy reading, and I enjoy reading other things that's like, I'm not a big follower of like BookTok or anything like that. I don't even have TikTok. So any books that's like popular or anything, I really don't follow it. I just follow whatever I feel like reading. If I hear about a book from somebody else, then I'll look into it. But I'm really just read wherever the wind blows me. So that's why I started this channel, so I can give people a little different perspective of different things to read, instead of all the things that's like on BookTok or Bookstagram, or even things on BookTube. So I feel like that's why I started my channel. Second question: what are some fun and unique things you bring to BookTube? Well, everybody's unique. I'm my own person. But like I said before, I feel like I don't follow the trends of books. So my me bringing like different books in of what something somebody has really probably not have heard of before, I feel like that brings it to it. I'm also since I got my Kindle, I've been reading a lot of Kindle Unlimited books, and I feel like I'm giving some, I don't want to say credit. What's the word? I don't know the word. I'm giving some type of Lord, what is the word? I can't come up with it. I don't know. Some shine. Let's say shine to different authors, like different independent authors. All of those authors are on Kindle Unlimited, and I love shouting them out because it's some of them are so great, but some of them just have not had the opportunity to get those big works, get like a big publishing company backing them and all of that stuff. So I feel like putting them out there, I give people more people a chance to read their books. Okay. Number 3, what are you most excited about with this new channel? So I'm most excited about building a family over here, building the audience over here, interacting with y'all. I'm like, I know it's only a few of y'all so far, but I'm really looking forward to building and growing and seeing where things take us and just enjoying the ride. I'm not like really looking to get anything out of it. I'm just wanting to share my thoughts, share my feelings, share what I'm reading at the moment. Hopefully I can get in more into like vlogging styles, but for right now, that is what I'm most excited about. Why do I love reading? Number 4, why do I love reading? I love reading because it is an escape from everyday life. I know I'm a busy girl. With everything that goes on, I love coming in at the end of the day after I've done all of my things after work and sitting in bed and reading a book until I fall asleep. So that is why I love reading. It's like an escape. Not saying that you're escaping from life, but just escaping from, like, if you had a bad day or something, you just go into a whole nother world when you're reading. Okay. Number 5, what book or series got you into reading? I don't really have a book or series that really got me into reading. I can recall the first novel I ever read, the first novel I ever started and completed was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory in, I think, like 4th grade. I remember it being like 30 chapters, and I read it every day. When we had recess, I read it every day until I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. And that's the first novel I think that I got into. I always loved reading though, ever since I was little. Like the Bernstein Bears, loved them. What else? Like Thomas and Friends books, I would read those all the time. I just remember having the whole Bernstein Bears collection at our house, and we would read that all the time. And then another thing, I know I wasn't supposed to be reading it, but my mother, she is a big fan of like Zane books. As I got older, I would take some of those books and I would start reading them, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be reading this. Like, I would read it, I'm like, I'm not supposed to be reading this. Even though my mother has always been very open with me about subjects like that in books, because like, if your parents don't teach you, you're gonna learn from somewhere else. So she always been open with me about it. So I knew about it very early on and how to handle those situations. But that's another thing that got me into reading. I'm like, it's a span of things. It's a lot of stuff that you can read about. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? Ooh, y'all, this is me going off the dome, because I did not really read through these questions or think about them before I started. Questions I would ask my favorite booktubers. I want to do a video of my favorite booktubers right now, my favorite Black booktubers, which is an idea I have to do, but I would ask them like how did they get into reading? What was their first like book novel they believe what was their first novel they read? I would want to ask them like, how do you make time for reading? If you like, some of them are moms, some of them are like do other things, and I'm like, how do you make time for it? Because I'm not even a mama yet, I'm not a wife yet, and like, I don't have no, like, I feel like I don't have time to read a lot, and like, how do you make time for it? How do you make time for it? But I guess it's just about, just making time for it. Like, you make time, like when I do my Bible studies, I make time to do that. So making more time to do reading, I guess. I don't know. Number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be hardest to overcome? I think my biggest challenge is being consistent. Being consistent. I don't coming up with different ideas for my channel. I think that would be a challenge also, because I think some booktube videos can be repetitive, and I don't want to constantly be repetitive. That's why I'm thinking about, like I said before, bringing vlogging into it, and maybe that can help out with some of that repetitiveness. Because I feel like you know, TBRs, my TBR for the month, the books I read this month, stuff like that. I feel like it can become repetitive, even though I know that people enjoy watching them. I love watching them, but just, you know, expanding a little bit, trying to do something different. So I think those are my challenges that I will face, and growing. I want to grow this channel, and I'm trying to figure out authentic ways to grow my channel and not just like trying to do it so quickly. I'm all about, I want to do it, everything authentically with my channel, with my social media, all of that. Okay, even though I'm like a pretty private person, so I'm not like posting a bunch. So finding that balance of like what I want to share and what I want to keep to myself, if you get what I'm saying. Okay, moving on. When did you start reading? I started reading when I was little, like I said, starting with those Bernstein Bears books, starting with It's Little Deers Running Outside, y'all. They just hopping, and I'm just watching them. That's why my eyes keep going out, looking outside. But yeah, with those books, and then after we started reading those books, and then I got into like reading more like novels, like young adult novels, I was like, reading is pretty cool. Reading is pretty cool. I like it. I like reading about what's gonna happen next. I like hearing about what's gonna happen at the end. I like finishing a novel. I was never one to really DNF things until I got older. So if I find something interesting, you know, they always have those libraries in school, and then I wouldn't read. When I was in college, I did not read a lot. Like I barely liked reading my assigned readings, so it was like, why would I want to read anything else? So I didn't read at all. I did. I did read during college, but it was like senior year. It was like when I was about to graduate, and I was like, let's start reading again. So I started reading more urban fiction, and I really got into it. The series that got me out of my reading slump for years was Thugs and the Women Who Love Them series. It's like 7 books by Wahida Clark. I'm gonna try to link it or show the picture up here or something. Loved them. Loved them. I want to reread it and see if I still feel the same way after all these years. But that's what got me back into reading. Number 9, where do you read? I usually read in my bed at night, before I go to bed, on my Kindle. I heard that Amazon has been changing some stuff with Kindle. Like they're about to do some changes with Kindle, and I'm like, I need to read up on this some more. Like they're taking your books or something like that, so you gotta download them too. I don't know. I gotta research it. But I'm like, not Kindle. Y'all just came out with a new lineup. Don't start acting up. Don't start acting up. Anyway, so I usually read on my Kindle. I have not read like a paperback. My paperbacks, my hardcovers, I haven't read them in a minute. So I said I wanted to do it this year, get back into like reading, but like I usually read at night, or I usually read at work. At work, I'll be reading at work. If I'm downtime, I'm whipping out my phone, Kindle app. I'm on it. But that's why I usually read. I either read in my room or I read at work. Sometimes I got like a little futon area over here on my couch with I might read on that sometime, but that barely happens. Rarely happens. Okay. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Y'all probably already know, I say it so many times, urban fiction is where it's at. Romance, where it's at. That's what I usually read. That's where I get all the feels. Respectable love. That's what I like. Not nothing abusive. I don't like reading about nothing abusive. I don't want none of that. I don't like to hear about it. I don't think I ever read anything that was like domestic violence-ish. I mean, you do be reading about thugs and how they be serious and stuff like that, so I get that, but like, I don't know. It's just I don't want the trauma. I don't want the trauma. I want to get more into, I think I said this before, like fantasy. The most fantasy I've read is like Twilight back in the day. I still got those books on my shelf, but Twilight, that's the most. I do want to get more into fantasy, and I do want to get more into like suspense stuff. I read some suspense urban fictions before, which was pretty good, but I do want to try something different. I have a never-ending TBR, so we'll get to it eventually, and we'll see. Okay. And then number 11, what does your book collection look like? This is my book collection. Behind me. These are my books. All my physical books. I have a bunch of stuff on my Kindle, but I looking to do a book haul soon. Not gonna tell y'all when because I don't know, but I'm looking to order some books, and I want to fill my shelf some more because it's not full yet. There's some things I can do, and I want to buy a new one of these. I like this bookshelf, but I want to get another one. But they like this shelf, this gold shelf. It's like $250. I don't know if I'm ready to buy another $250 shelf. I know everybody be having those white shelves, but I'm like, I like this shelf and I want to stick to it. So, but they're like $250, and I don't really want to do that. And I can't even use my bottom shelf for real because I got a bunny, and that girl likes to chew on my books. So I had to stop her a couple times for chewing on my books. So I just moved my books completely. So it's only like 1, 2, 3 shelves of books up here, because little miss over here that I'm looking at right now, she wanna, you know, chew on my stuff, and I'm not having it. I don't want all her bite marks in my books. So that's that. But we'll see where it goes. My birthday is in a couple months, so hopefully I can do like some kind of book haul maybe. But I want to get my list together so I can get it, so I can get some stuff. I don't want to just be buying unnecessary books. I want to buy books either I've read and I want to read again, or books that are not, that I can't get on Kindle Unlimited and I want to buy the physical copy for. You get what I mean? So that's it. That's my BookTube Newbie Tag. This was probably longer. I'm at 18 minutes. This is longer than I expected it to be, but we made it through. And I just wanted to film this video for y'all before the sun went down. And if y'all have any questions for me, comments, let me know down below. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. And I love y'all so much. Bye.